It comes down to how much you want to pay and how you're going to use your tractor. Welcome to Building a Legacy. Today we have a unique opportunity. We have 4 of the different size lawnmowers that you can buy. They're all simplicities, of course. Sorry for the wind today, but this is one of the few times that we have all these tractors together on the same property and can do a video. Sorry for the lighting and the wind. Hopefully our microphone will filter it out. What tractor, if you're going to buy a tractor, what size tractor should you buy? This right here is a Simplicity Broadmoor. It's a very old one. This would be about the size of a Regent now. Please ignore the condition of it. We're going after size right now. 15-inch front tires, 20-inch rear tires. This would usually have a 36 to a 44-inch deck, maybe a 50 or 52. The next size up from a lawn tractor is our Simplicity Broadmoor that we have here. This they are still making in this size today. This one here is, I believe, a 2008 or 2010. Has 15-inch front tires, 22-inch rear tires. It, of course, has cruise control. It has a more comfortable seat. You can adjust the seat up and down. The steering wheel has some adjustment in it, not much. It doesn't have a tilt steering wheel, but I believe if you move the roll pin, you can adjust this height-wise. Don't hold me to that. I think you can do that. This would be a step up from the lawn tractor that we have here. This would be the step up from lawn tractor to what I call a super lawn tractor. Again, the main differences are pretty much the size of the tires and a little bit bigger deck, more powerful motor. And they also, so a lot of those have the traction assist of some sort. This Broadmoor here has the automatic controlled traction, which is basically a limited slip differential. It helps it get better traction on hills and slippery conditions. Next up from the super lawn tractor, as I call it, is the garden tractor. This here is our Simplicity Conquest. We've done past videos on this. This has a bigger deck, a 52-inch deck. This not only has automatic controlled traction, but in a garden tractor and most manufacturers also has a differential lock, which gives it even more traction in slippery conditions, hills, and also for snow blowing or snow removal with a plow or a snowblower. Again, the tire size goes up to 16-inch front and a 23-inch rear tire. And as you can see, that has a little bit better traction, a little bit deeper tread than the super lawn tractor, or as I call it, super lawn tractor. With the garden tractor, you now have options of doing what we call ground engagement. Basically, ground engagement would be a tiller, a cultivator. It would be what they call the single hitch or the sleeve hitch attachments. We don't have it fully on ours right now. Right now we have it off since we haven't been using it, but with a garden tractor you start to have that option. You have a little bit heavier duty hitch, you have a heavier tractor, more stable tractor, as you can tell between the widths of this and this tractor. It's a little bit more stable, and on the stability, as you can see, going from the lawn tractor to the super lawn tractor, with the wider tires, you have a little bit better stability also for the side of hills. Then the next is the super garden tractors / compact tractors. They are obviously a lot bigger. The decks, instead of being belt-driven decks, all of your bigger tractors have shaft-driven decks and also shaft-driven from the motor to the transmission, no belts. Whereas these here, the smaller tractors, the garden tractor, the super lawn tractor, and the lawn tractor, some garden tractors are shaft driven. Most are still have belts that go from the engine to the transmission. And of course the smaller tractors also, that's mostly how they are also. When you get to the big boys, now you have shaft driven. The decks are bigger. We have a 54-inch deck on our two-wheel drive Simplicity Legacy. By the way, this is a Simplicity Legacy. I didn't get that far yet. The tire size, you're looking at an 18-inch front to a 26-inch rear tire. A lot bigger. We still have on the Simplicities and a lot of the other bigger tractors, they have some sort of limited slip or additional traction help along with the locking differential. Along with the Super Garden tractors slash compact tractors, we have hydraulics, secondary hydraulics for a loader, which we've had on our two-wheel drive. All your compact tractors, they have ports for hydraulic units, for loaders, and other devices. When you get into this size tractor, you now have the option of getting a 3-point hitch. As in the other tractors, you do not. Other than the garden tractors, which give you the option of a sleeve hitch or a single point hitch. When you go to a garden tractor, now you get the 3-point hitch. Of course, there'd be a piece coming out here. We took this off when we migrated all of our equipment to our 4-wheel drive Simplicity, which we don't. That would be, of course, right here. We went over what the sizes are, what are the differences. So which one should you buy? Well, it all depends what you're doing. Our yard that we have here, I have mowed from everything from a smaller lawn tractor to, of course, our Simplicity Legacy XL. All these mowers that are here, they all work. They all mow our yard. I've had really no issues on our yard. If you have a lot of terrain changes, then you may want to get a more heavier duty tractor. Where the heavier duty tractor pays for itself is what you do other than mowing. Snow blowing, snow pushing with a plow, plowing the garden, tilling the garden with a tiller. Your smaller tractors, you can get snow pushers, snow plows for the front of them, but they don't do as good a job as the garden tractors do. The garden tractors with their locking differentials, they do a lot better job. As we showed in our past tractors, we had a John Deere L120, which I considered kind of in between it was more like a lawn tractor. It had a little bit bigger tires. It was almost a super lawn tractor, or the next size up lawn tractor. But we struggled in deep snow with a 2-stage snow blower on the front of that. When we jumped to the Conquest here, or we had a Prestige at the time, but when we jumped to the Conquest, which we have videos of, that tractor handles the snowblower a lot better. It's a lot heavier. It has the locking differential. It's all in what else you do. If you're just going to use a tractor to mow the yard, do an occasional spraying like in our one video, a regular lawn tractor would be fine. It also depends how much you want to spend. There are times that the lawn tractors, regular lawn tractors, they are significantly less money. Right now, I believe in the $1,300 to $2,000 range. Super lawn tractors, I think, are in the $3,000 range. You get into the garden tractor and, of course, the super garden tractor slash compact tractors. Now you're into garden tractors probably in the $6,000 to $7,000 range, whereas the subcompact super garden tractors, they're in the 15 to, sky's the limit, depending on what you want to put on it. It comes down to how much you want to pay, and how you're going to use your tractor will determine what size tractor you want to buy. Now, in our examples here, our Broadmoor, which we are saying is the now Simplicity Regent, its competitors would be the John Deere 100 series, some of the Lowe's and Home Depot Troy builts. That would be the comparable size. The next size with the super lawn tractors, that would be your 200 series John Deere, your X300 series, some of your Cub Cadet models. I forget what cup kit it has. I think it's the RTX. Don't hold me to that. I did not study that before this video. Those would be the comparable other manufacturers. Then when you jump up to the garden tractors, now you're into the X500 series of John Deere. The Cub Cadet does make a garden tractor that is comparable to the John Deere and the Simplicity Prestige or Conquest. The other thing with the garden tractors, you start getting into power steering. You can get them in some of the super lawn tractors. I believe it was the X310 and the X370. Don't hold me to those, but some of those smaller ones you could get power steering and power lift. When you get to a garden tractor, that becomes a more prevalent option. And of course, when you go to the super garden tractors / compact tractors, now you're looking at power steering standard, the option of 4-wheel drive, 3-point hitches, loaders. The sky is kind of the limit there as to what your options are. Again, it's a bigger tractor. As far as turning radius, your regular lawn tractors are going to be the shortest turning. They'll go around trees really easy. Your super lawn tractors will be about the same turning radius. It's kind of tight. When you get into your garden tractors, now the turning radius gets a little longer. The Prestige and our Conquest here, they turn really sharp. For garden tractors, they're probably the sharpest turning garden tractors I've ever had. Between X500s and MTD garden tractors, Craftsman tractors, our Conquest turns the sharpest out of all the. And then when you get to the bigger tractors, your 2-wheel drives will turn a lot sharper than a 4-wheel drive. But the 4-wheel drive is nice if you're doing loader work or other things with the tractor. It all depends what you're doing. We used our 2-wheel drive Legacy here for about 4 to 5 years before we ventured into the 4-wheel drive. You don't need to have a 4-wheel drive right away unless when you're in hills and doing heavy loader work. Loader work in a yard, a 2-wheel drive is more than enough. It does have drawbacks. With the proper wheels and tires, a 2-wheel drive tractor can do rather well. I hope this video helps. If you're looking for a new tractor, take a look at what you're going to be using the tractor for, and hopefully going through these different size tractors helps you make a better decision on what tractor to buy. Again, cost, what you're doing with the tractor. If we were just working in our yard, we would be fine with just a regular lawn tractor. Because we do other things, that's where we start getting why we mostly have garden tractor and super garden / compact tractors like the Legacy XLs. That are both of them that we have. Hope this video helps. Please, if you want to, do the YouTube thing. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.